Welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, back at you bright and early this morning, depending on, which time zone you're in. But today's show is presented by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. If you're hiring for your small business, use the platform that small businesses recommend the most. Post your job for free when you go over to linkedin.com/NFL Daily. It's in the comment section and the description. And it really is the perfect sponsor for today's show because the Cowboys have made a new hire. Of course, they do run a much bigger business, but it's a smaller signing. That's a practice squad edition. Kendall Sheffield, the former Atlanta Falcons corner, which we'll go more into in a little bit, is signing to the Dallas Cowboys practice squad, broken earlier today by Ian Rappaport. This is clearly, by the way, at least from my opinion, I think the evidence suggests it, a Dan Quinn-focused move. Sheffield was originally drafted by the Falcons back in 2019 when Dan Quinn, of course, was still their head coach. It was a necessary move to add somebody to the practice squad for the Cowboys. Yes, they're fine on the active roster with Jordan Lewis going down for the year, but they had no practice squad corners. Depth at that level was still needed. Now, folks, this is exactly why you guys subscribe to the Cowboys Report. When news happens, we break it down and we cover it for you. So if you haven't already, join the #1 Dallas Cowboys YouTube channel out there. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. The move to add Kendall Sheffield in no small part due to the unfortunate situation involving Jordan Lewis, his season now likely over. He has not formally been put on IR at this exact moment, but that is a matter of formality for Dallas. His season's over. He already underwent the surgery to correct that Lisfranc issue. So Deron Bland, make no mistake, is the next man up at nickel corner. Kelvin Joseph is still the main backup on the outside. Nashawn Wright, by the way, might finally be active for this Dallas Cowboys team. He's been a healthy scratch every game so far this year. Those are going to remain your 5 active, and we'll also throw in C.J. Goodwin as one of your core special teamers from that standpoint. Kendall Sheffield now becomes the practice squad corner. He's got starting experience from his time with the Atlanta Falcons, some inside-outside potential flex there. 20 career starts, hasn't fared that well. The completion percentage is kind of high, again, some nickel corner duties there. 1,000-plus yards allowed in those 20 starts in 38 career games. Also allowed 5 touchdowns, 6 career pass breakups. Again, not a very effective efficiency from that standpoint. Again, typically those numbers are a little bit higher for the yards and whatnot allowed when you do get some nickel corner reps. I'll get the exact numbers for you guys here in a minute. But Sheffield is the newest member of the Dallas Cowboys. So give me your one-word reaction to the signing of Kendall Sheffield. Let me know. Is it good, bad, indifferent? Who cares? Let me know in the comments. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and drop that one-word reaction. My one word is neat. It's fine, right? Like, it's not an earth-shattering, like, oh, yeah, season is set. No, it's not what's really going to happen there. It's fine. It's nothing to be upset about. It's like, okay, cool, you drafted or you signed a really fast corner who knows what Dan Quinn likes to do, who has played both inside and outside. It was early nickel, and then more back end of his career was more outside cornerback stuff for the Falcons. But the hope is still he never actually plays football for you. He's a practice squad addition to give you extra depth in case of emergency. It's kind of the break the glass in case of emergency signing. Dallas had no other practice squad corners. You add one in Kendall Sheffield. That does make sense. More on him in a minute, but first, today's sponsor is LinkedIn Talent Solutions. These days, it kind of feels like every hire for your small business can be a high-stakes wager. So you want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you got to check out LinkedIn Jobs. They help you find the right people for your team faster and for free. We've made some hires here at Chat Sports as we continue to grow, like producer Nick. We appreciate LinkedIn giving us a good one there in Nick. It's very easy to create your free job post, by the way, on LinkedIn Jobs. Add your job in the purple hiring frame to LinkedIn profile. It helps spread the word that you're hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with just the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you want to interview and hire. It's a huge reason why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs #1 in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/NFL Daily. That's linkedin.com/NFL Daily. Post that job for free. It's in the comment section and the description as well. Terms and conditions do apply. More on Sheffield here. He was a 4th-round pick back in the 2019 NFL Draft. I've got some notes here from my pre-draft scouting process. He was, by the way, my number 16 overall corner at a 4th/5th round grade on him. So right about where he ended up being drafted. He was 139 overall. So I think I had him right pegged to where the NFL did, but has been a bit of a disappointment overall there. 2 INTs, 15 pass breakups past 2 years at Ohio State. He began his career at Alabama, transferred to Ohio State for going the JUCO route there. I think it was Blinn College where he went. Really fast player. Now, he's had some injury stuff in the NFL and in college. Had a pec injury that stopped him doing some pre-draft process stuff. Wasn't a playmaker in college. I didn't see great instincts. His first name was actually Cecil, by the way, not Kendall, which I found kind of funny there. He's always been more of a traitsy guy than a feel player. Didn't play much nickel at Ohio State. Got some run there for the Atlanta Falcons. Fabian Washington, if you guys remember him, I'm not sure anyone does, was my player comp there. So he's been enough of a hit, I guess, for where he was drafted, but not a steal by any stretch of the imagination either. So that is the signing of Kendall Sheffield to the practice squad. Now, they have to free up a practice squad spot to make room for him. That will be very easy for your Dallas Cowboys. They got to make some active roster promotions probably by Saturday or when this move is official. The Cowboys have 50 players currently on the active roster once Matt Farniok and Jordan Lewis go to IR. Now, that's 3 spots they got to fill. Here's going to be one of them I would bet all of my money on. Nothing official yet. Damone Clark is in the window to be activated. He's got to be activated, I believe, this week. I think Wednesday, technically. Damone Clark, by all expectations, this has been a sudden setback, is going to make his return in a bit of a surprise move relative to where the draft process was from that neck injury that he had pre-draft that popped up. He will be activated to the Cowboys' 53-man roster. That will make them very deep at linebacker. Micah Parsons, LVE, Anthony Barr, Jabril Cox, Devin Harper, Luke Gifford, Damone Clark. Gifford's been a core special teamer for you. Cox and Harper were inactive this week again. Damone Clark is a better run stopper than Jabril Cox is. I wouldn't mind giving one of those guys some reps over Anthony Barr, but we'll wait and see. That would leave then 2 open roster spots. One of them needs to be an offensive lineman with Matt Farniok now going on IR. I think the Cowboys look at offensive line trade help. That is the route I would go if I were the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think that is an area that they should feel comfortable with the current depth at this point. Now, we'll look at that depth with the depth chart in a minute, but first, will the Cowboys actually make a trade? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comment section. I would love them to. They've made a trade the last 4 years except for the most recent year, so it's kind of up and down at that standpoint. Get those predictions in, Y or N. This is where the offensive line depth chart currently sits. You go with your 5 starters still. Jason Peters, Josh Ball are your only healthy backups on the offensive line because Matt Let's goes on IR. Matt Farniok will go on IR. Tyron Smith should come back at some point, but you got no center options beyond Biotish and I guess McGovern. So there are 4 offensive linemen on your practice squad who could make some sense, right? Alec Lindstrom was the call-up when Connor McGovern was hurt earlier this year. He'd be my betting favorite. Dakota Shepley offers you more proven guard experience, but you've got Peters. You might be okay there. Avion Collins is a tackle only. I know you guys want Isaac Alvarcrone called up. I know you do. I wouldn't get my hopes up quite yet, but that would be pretty fun. And the last spot, it's down to 2 guys for me, Sean McEwen. I would look at Malik Davis. He's almost out of practice squad call-ups. Rico Dowdle is on IR. You want that number 3 back for depth and for special teams experience. Davis has been active as a practice squad call-up. You have 3 tight ends already. I don't know if McEwen, if they want to go with the 4th is the route they go. I'm going to guess it's Malik Davis in the end. That is it for today's show. Trade rumors, our next video. I promise you some juicy stuff out there. Make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube.com/CowboysTV.